is coming your way. It's the Jay Stone Show with your host, Jay Stone.
All right, this is Jay Stone. Welcome to another episode of my show at ROCKmetalTALK.com. Don't forget to check me out on GraniteCoastEntertainment.com and MaximumThreshold.net. What you heard right there was Death Dance by Seven Dust. I'm hearing a little static. I wonder if it's the iPad. Oh, yes, it was. You probably couldn't hear that. But whatever. So welcome back to another episode of my show live from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Chris Cornell, man, they buried him. They cremated him. They had the memorial service. Thousands of famous rock musicians and actors and actresses, and even Courtney Love showed up. But they were giving him shit, Eddie Vedder, because he didn't show up. Kind of a dick thing, you know. You could have postponed your concert, or you could have fucking took a private jet or something to be at your fucking boy's fucking funeral, which I agree, just because you waited fucking 12 days for your first show to do a memorial and do a song in his honor or whatnot. Whatever. Fuck you, Eddie Vedder. I actually defended your dumb ass last week. But, yeah, they're saying that Chris Cornell's music was streamed 32.5 million times the day after his death. I think people took this death harder than any death in rock and roll. Scott Weiland, anybody of recent, even David Bowie. I mean, there's been more of an outcry or whatever for this, I guess, due to the circumstances. Now there's reports saying that he had fresh track marks on his arm. I don't know. From the way the wife said he was acting on the phone, yes, possible. I don't know. We'll wait for the report and see the toxicology report and whatnot from the coroner. But I think all that shit, even the hanged. I hate saying hanged. I don't know why we have to say it that way. I don't know why it's not hung. I never understood that, but whatever. I don't know why we just don't wait for all of that to determine the cause of death. Why they just release it in bits and pieces. I don't know. Maybe because he's famous. Who the fuck knows? But hospitals and shit are all fucked up. Even when my mother was dying, they didn't tell us she had cancer again. They were milking that shit for everything it was worth in the hospital. Because their beds were empty. So you got to make as much money as you can. You got to rack it up. Get whatever you can from the state and fucking medical insurance and fucking rip people off. And then you want to know why it's the cost is so high. Because they're actually... My mother went into the hospital actually breathing. And she was on a fucking respirator. I'm like, she was breathing when she came in. What? I don't know. Fucking whatever they did. But... it's a terrible industry probably to even work in. It's probably miserable. Who would want to even deal with that shit? I feel for nurses. I feel for dentists, man. That's really a shitty job as well. Having teeth flying up and shit in your face and all that crap. But people's bad breath and... I don't know. Facebook's been fucking annoying this week. I got a million people sending me requests to like their band page and to play them on the air. First of all, did you even listen to the show? Do you want to be a part of the show? Maybe I'm a complete fucking asshole. Maybe you should take a listen instead of sending it to me and then asking me, are you going to play it? Well, did you listen to the show? Maybe you're not even a fit for it. And you fucking constantly sending me shit. And then don't even respond to see to my questions of what I'm intrigued by and what I want to know about the band, and you just ignore it, or you start a conversation with me and then you don't complete it, and then I offer to put your band on the air after I listen to the shit, or your delightful music. I got 2 tracks for Prickly Rickley this week, and I said, hey, bro, I sent that shit to you. And he's like, that shit? He likes busting my balls because I'm a ball buster, so I got to be able to take it back, of course. I said, no, those delightful whitey gangster songs you sent me. It's pretty funny shit. But we're going to play some Sister Kill Cycle because those guys, they're playing a show. They put the band, they're rehearsing tonight for the show. I'm friends with Raven and a couple of members of the band. But, yeah, they're playing with September Morning. I'm not a big fan of those guys per se, but it's a great show for them to be on. Hopefully they'll pick up a lot of new fans, and old fans that are fans of them will come out. I may or may not go. It's a little bit of drive for me, and, seeing my schedule. It's a little hard for me to get to rock and roll shows unless it's, a Sunday or some bullshit day, but... the business is going all right. It's wearing me down. I got to deal with some dickheads here and there. It seems like when I make amends with one douche, another one pops up. So it's all the same. My fucking bones hurt. My joints hurt. I'm getting fucking old. I don't know if this was the right move to make at this age of my life to be doing something more physical. I should be winded down the other way, I guess, but I'm really not that old, but I'm having some pains in my joints and stuff, and I don't really know what it is, so I'm going to have, a doctor look at that. The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, I should say, is coming back next Sunday, so we have that plague to compete with, so around the 9 o'clock hour, our stats are going to die off. I was one of the first radio shows to work with Cold Cock. I brought a lot of the Cold Cock people on. Some of the people that brought me on the team and worked with me over at Cold Cock aren't there anymore. But, there's a lot of other radio people there. And look, you're forcing your show down people's throats, and you may have views, but it's only because the live video plays and people are... You don't have 50,000 listeners. There's a difference between people who listen to your show and people who stream is starting live because you posted it in 95,000 fucking places. Of course it's going to get those clicks. Are those true fans? If they were, they'd be on your Facebook page. They'd be posting comments. It's the same people over and over. So although you may be doing those numbers, it's not actual reality because they're not listeners or fans. You're not making fans that way. You're making... You're an annoyance, and it is fucking annoying that I had to remove you from my Facebook page because you're actually a pretty nice guy. But whatever. And it could be one of 40,000 people I'm talking about. So go ahead and assume who you think it is, but whatever the case may be. Prickly Rickly's got a great segment. I'm not going to talk about other fucking radio shows because I really don't give a fuck about them. The only radio shows that I do care about are the ones right here at ROCKmetalTALK.com and my affiliates at Granite Coast Entertainment and MaximumThreshold.net. Those are the only three places you should be going to listen to any internet radio because I only work with quality products. I can't talk about untrained people because in broadcasting, your dog could get his own fucking show. So it really doesn't matter to me, but, I don't tag me in your post. Don't fucking, I don't want to know about your fucking shitty fucking show. I don't believe it should be broad. You got to keep it to one spot because that's where your stats are more important. It becomes too much at a certain point, but I don't know. I feel like ending the fucking show right now and going into the Prickly Rickly segment because this is where my anxiety kicks in and I start to get fucking aggravated. And it's not that I don't like other radio shows. I love Howard Stern. I think that he's become exactly everything he's made fun of that made him famous. That's just my personal opinion. I still listen to the show. I don't find his interviews as intriguing anymore. And that's what made me cut down on the interviews at RockmetalTalk.com because how I'm feeling about his interviews, and it's the same thing over and over, is that what people think about RockmetalTalk.com? Probably. But you know what? I bring artists that don't normally get the airtime they deserve onto the show. I bring people on that 150 other radio stations might not bring on because I don't always want to bring on if you're in a famous band you don't promote. I've been through this spiel before, so but I like to bring on people that deserve recognition, that might be working hard, that might not be getting anywhere, that could use the 100 people that listen to the show live and then in the replays for however many years it's fucking sitting in the cycle. Which I got news. I got the packaging back from the pins I'm making. So I'm going to release those for sale probably in about 2 weeks or so. I believe it's about 2 weeks. I can't say for sure because I don't know exactly when I approve the proofs. But the pins are hat pins. They're the ones with the little things on the back that, you poke through like you would buy a trade at Disney World. They're collector's item. I'm only making 100 of that specific design. That doesn't mean I won't make another color down the road. But right now, there's only going to be 100 of them. I have a price in mind, but you have to remember the limited edition, the packaging, and all of that. So I feel, the price I'm going to put on them is right on point with pins from everybody else that are not collectible. That there's thousands of them made. So there's only going to be 100 of these made. And down the road, baby, when I die, or I blow my brains out, or whatever I do, or I shoot myself in the fucking cock and die, maybe my pin will be worth something on fucking eBay. I don't know. But